Yes, it happened. And I'm very stupid, but you know, it is what it is.
Make it out west, sling it out west. Go metallic knife, I can shake it out west.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Pink Coco, and today I'm gonna talk to y'all about how I almost got kidnapped. So I'm just gonna go straight into the video because it's actually crazy. So this happened like 3 summers ago, and there were 2 parties that day, and I had finished going to one of the parties, and I don't even know why I went to that party. It was so dry. So my friend dropped me off on Park Ave, where it's like a common road, and I was waiting for Uber there, but all of a sudden, like, I felt the urge to pee. So the nearest thing around me was a smoke shop, and when I went in, I asked the cashier, like, yo, do you have a restroom? And he was like, no, we don't have any. And then some dude came out of nowhere, and he was like, oh, my house is like right there, if you need a place to pee at, like, you know, just follow me. And I don't know why, I was very naive at that time. I thought like people had good intentions, so I followed him. I was like, you know what could go wrong? And while we were walking, I thought his house was like right there. No, that house wasn't right there. It was like 7 minutes away. So he was trying to like talk to me. He's like, oh, what's your name? Where you from? And I was like, my name is Tiffany, because, you know, I don't give them my real name. And I don't give people my real name on the weekends too.
And
you know, it is what it is. So he was asking me like where I'm from, and I was like, you know, I'm West African. And he asked me if I was from Worcester, and I said yeah. I followed him, and he didn't even take me through the front door. He took me through the back door, and that's where I knew that was the red flag, that I should have just left. And then when he opened the door, I heard this loud barking, and like me, I'm not a fan of dogs, and this dog sounded like a big dog, like it was a Rottweiler. So I jumped back. Like at that point I was like, yo, I don't need to pee no more, like I'm gonna dip. And he's like, no, like you have to pee. He was like, wait over there. So I waited, and he closed the door, and I think he took the dog somewhere. I don't even know where he took the dog, but he came back. He's like, wait, like come in. So he showed me in, and then he took me to the bathroom. So then I closed the door, and then I did my thing, and I changed my clothes because my mom was being an enemy of progress that day. Like, she didn't let me leave the house in a crop top, but I hid that shit. So after I changed, he was knocking on the door, like he was banging on it. He's like, are you good? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. So then after that, I waited for a little, and then I walked out, and he was like right there. And then he was like, oh, you have a nice body. I was like, okay, thank you. Then right after that, he was like, you're very beautiful, like we should get to know each other. And I was like, nah, I'm a kid. that didn't even change his mind. Like, the things that were coming out of his mouth were so irrelevant. Like, I was just staring at him like, yeah. So then, like, after like I selected my Uber again, my phone went down to 10%. And the thing about me is, every time I go somewhere, my phone is usually at 50, 30, 5%. What? Like, I really don't, at that time I didn't care about my phone, so like I was like, shit. And then he's like, oh, wait here, I'm gonna get you a charger. So then he brought me the charger as I was plugging it in and stuff. It wasn't even working. He was like, oh no, the charger works, let me try it. And when he did it, it still wasn't working. He's like, let me find you another charger. I should have just left when he did that, man, because things were just too sus. Like, the windows were taped shut. There was duct tape on everything. It was just too ratchet. But, you know, I still stayed there because, you know, I had to charge my phone. So then when he brought me the other charger, it started working. But he was like, oh yeah, this charger is mad slow, so it's going to take some time to charge your phone. And when he said that, I was just like, yo, this guy is crazy. He probably wants me to stay here. So then he started asking me, he's like, oh, where are you going? And I was like, I'm going to a party. And then he was like, oh, how are you getting there? And I was like, I'm going to take an Uber. And then he was like, oh no, cancel the Uber. And I was like, cancel the Uber for what? Like, that's my way of transportation. He was like, oh no, I have a car. Like, I could drop you off there. Like, don't worry, I could drop you off there. And I was like, nah, I'm fine. He's like, no, I insist. Like, why are you gonna pay for an Uber when I could just drop you off for free?
Like, do I give a fuck? No, not one. How many fucks do I give? 0. Exactly.
And I wasn't having it. Like, it was like a back and forth thing. I was like, sorry, like, I'd rather pay for an Uber. So it was like 15. And then I seen him walking towards the front door of the house. And then he was like, I don't know if he was locking it, but he was I don't know, he was doing some weird shit over there, and I was feeling so awkward. So like I was like, oh, my Uber's here. And then he was like, oh, okay, I could walk you there. And I was like, nah, I'm fine. And he was like, no, like, I insist, you know, you need somebody to walk with you to your Uber. What if something bad happens to you? Like, what was gonna happen to me when I was going into an Uber? Like, he was just doing too much. And I was like, nah, I got it. Then all of a sudden, like, his dog was barking OD, and he was like, stay here. Like, he literally jumped. He was like, stay here. And I was like, no, like, I'm out. So then he went through another door, and then I don't know what he did, but I took that as my cue to leave. I went through that back door. Like, I opened the back door, but like, when I opened the door, there was this loud ass creak. So I was like, fuck, like, I'm gonna die. So then he came back. He's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I told you to stay here. So when he did that, I was running down the stairs. I was like, I have to leave now. Like, I have to leave. Like, I thought I was gonna die. Like, I don't know what strength had come into me, but I ran. Like, it felt like Temple Run. He was chasing after me. And the thing about me is my house has steep stairs, so I learned to jump over stairs and, you know, jump over like 3 steps. So I was doing that shit. I was doing all that extra shit. And then I opened the door, and he was like right behind me. I don't know how he caught up, but that was just mad scary. And then like when I ran outside, I even dropped my chapstick, but I wasn't even gonna pick that up. Like, I was just ready to leave. And then I realized, like, there's no cars. Like, so like, was he really gonna give me a ride? Like, that was a scam. My Uber wasn't even there yet. So like, when I got there, I was looking at her. I was like, fuck, this guy's gonna kill me. Like, this street's mad quiet. Like, if he puts his hands over my mouth, or if he tries to, like, you know, put something in me, like, what if he stabs me with a needle? What if I passed out? Like, what if he just like takes me in the house? And like, I was just thinking so many things. So I was panicking. And then I ran to the other side of the street, and I was looking over for my Uber. So my Uber actually pulled in from the side, like some corner, and it was some lady. So as I was opening the door, like, the guy grabbed on my arm, yo. He grabbed on my arm, and like, I let it go. I opened the door and I got in, and I told her to speed off. So like, when she got off, and then she was like, yo, who is that? Do you know him? I was like, no, it's some stranger. I just went to his house to pee. I don't even know him. She was like, what? And like, I just told her the whole story, and she was like, wow, like, don't do that ever again. Like, that's not good. If you don't know the person, like, don't even go to their house. And I was like, yeah. So then like, I calmed down a little, and then like, when I finally got to the other place, my friends were like, yo, what's up? Like, everybody was greeting me and shit, and I just acted like everything was cool. Like I didn't almost get kidnapped in somebody's house. So yeah, like, I was just having fun for the rest of the night. But then the next day, like, when I told my brother about it, he was like, you're fucking stupid. Like, he was roasting me. Like, moral of the story is, just don't go into any stranger's house. Like, if somebody offers you something, or like, if you don't know the person, just don't do it. Just don't even talk to them. Just walk off. And if you really have to pee, just pee on yourself, because man, that was just stupid. That was all stupid. And mind you, there was a Wendy's over there. I don't know why. My brain was just, I was stupid. So like, I really could have just went to that Wendy's. So that's the end of my story time. Like, comment, subscribe if you want more of these crazy ass stories. Show some love, man. So, you know, I'm gonna just end it here. Deuces. Bye.
Rock it with sliders. Shopping abroad, first day I'm off license. Came fresh home, first thing I done diamonds. All about timing. Wrist so blinding. Cause she's all booed up, man, she got haters. We don't fly Europe, we just go Vegas. Man, try